Hi, I'm Keef. I run sales enablement for Skybox Security, and here's a demonstration video of the reconciliation feature of Change Manager. Before I get started, let me explain that this demo uses a custom model specifically made to demonstrate reconciliation. While the default model has data necessary to demonstrate reconciliation, the model I'm using allows for additional clarity in the demonstration. If you need access to this model, please contact me or your local sales engineer. In the verification phase, or during reconciliation, we compare approved and implemented tickets with observed changes on the firewall. We have 4 tickets that are in this stage. Notice how the ticket titles describe the changes. Let's open one up. In ticket 398, we see the request to allow a single IP, 10.42.157, to have access to another single IP, 10.42.129, for port 22. The reconciliation feature is handled by a combination of Firewall Assurance and Change Manager. In Change Manager, I can see if the ticket has been verified as implemented. In Firewall Assurance, I can see if the change has been authorized. Let's go look at Firewall Assurance. Here in Firewall Assurance, down in the Change Tracking section, we can see a link for change reconciliation. Let's go ahead and click that link. Clicking the link brings us to the All Changes tab, grouped by status. If we look at Authorized Changes, choose Ticket 687, and then pick the Change Details tab down below, we can see the changes described as 10.42.157 to 10.42.129 for port 22. Sound familiar? If we click on the Change Reconciliation tab, we'll notice that this change was automatically reconciled with Ticket 398. This change matches Ticket 398 perfectly. Notice the 3 columns. The coverage column features a bar pictogram giving a visual representation of the ticket to change relationship. The CR coverage field, here showing 100%, means that the ticket is fully covered by the change. In other words, the ticket is fully implemented. The third column is the FW change coverage, here also showing 100%, meaning the change is fully covered by the ticket. In other words, the change is authorized. Let's look at some more examples. In this example, change 686 matches ticket 401. The firewall change is completely covered, but the change request isn't. This means that the firewall change is authorized, but the ticket isn't implemented. Why? The ticket title, 10 IPs HTTP to DMZ, tells us that there were 10 IP addresses that needed access to the DMZ for port 80. When we look at the Change Details tab, we see that only 1 IP address was granted access. The IP address was one of the 10 that was requested, so the change is approved, but the ticket won't be considered implemented and verified until the other 9 IP addresses get access as well. What about the reverse situation? Here we'll look at the pending authorization section. The reconciled tickets describe 2 IPs and 30 IPs being authorized to talk to the DMZ over port 443. We see the tickets were implemented, but the change wasn't authorized. When we look at the Change Details tab, we see that a whole Class C was given access. This is larger than what the ticket mandated. Notice that the change is in a pending state. We'll wait a certain number of days for another ticket to come along that matches and authorizes the observed change. If we don't get a new ticket in that time frame, we'll automatically mark the change as unauthorized. In summary, some customers will want to have notification on all changes. The problem with this is that over 90% of those changes will be authorized, and the customer will spend a lot of time using their eyeballs to find unauthorized changes. It's a better approach to let the system match up all of the authorized changes and tickets, so an administrator only needs to investigate the unauthorized changes. Thank you for watching this video on the reconciliation feature of Change Manager and Firewall Assurance. Please visit our website for additional videos and resources.